See, in firmware, there are multiple parts. If you take a camera, there is a camera sensor, it is a ISP, image can process it, and there is a lens. So now the firmware parts, it comes in the ISP at one is, and also some in the sensor. So the sensor frames have to come to the ISP where the processing happens, and then it has to go through some interface to the post processor, right? So whatever happens inside the ISP is we are tuning the ISP. So that is image signal processing. So you should have a good understanding of image processing and signal tuning to do that part, right? And if you're going to work on the protocols, you need to work on the interface side. And then you should have an in-depth understanding of the protocol and how they look. For instance, the USB, maybe the world's first USB video class stack provider who made it in 3.0, USB 3.0, UVC stack, we were the first in the world. And we developed it from scratch. With 2 years to develop it and to bring into that speed with that can performances. So it was a lengthy development. Whereas some ISPs we work for a couple of months and we develop, some take time. But this is, once you develop it, this can keep using it, it's an IP, right? So there are parts which are tough, there are parts which are easy, but everything is definitely doable if you can put the team on it. Definitely.
So why is it so common in India? Why is if I Google, why does Nikon feature as the only Indian company in the top? So
the main thing which I see people doing is they have a problem and they want a solution, right? And when they are looking for a solution, the first thing they go for is what is already available, right? And they think it's a bullshit and they use lava and a chain model. In many of the cases, what happens is the system from the system integration point. If there is a stack which is already available, they take it and use the sticker plus other things, and that's what happens. And on the fire, I'm not saying Nikon is so good technically, so they are doing that. That's not the case. But how we think about it is, if I'm taking that and using it, it's not in my control. And if it is not in my control, I cannot customize it for my customer. Each customer I serve, the next customer wants to change it. When I made this UVC, a customer asked, can I have 10 LED lights there? And I can control that also. And then he said, I want a speaker. Can you also do USB audio? I'm not okay. He's asking multiple. I said, so if I have control of the stack and in my product, then I can change it to my each customer wants. So in each one, we think that is a USB. And that's why customers will come to us. So we take pains to develop this IP inside the account so that we can enough. So this is clearly a short-term versus long-term habits of.
Recently, you had around 6 months ago, a major industry player invested about 100 million in right? I tried googling details about the investment, but I don't think it. I figured that it was an individual investment under a company. So we do want to that's investment that is broad. Where do you utilize it?
See, right now we are using it in, I would say, 3 different areas. One is to strengthen our R&D. So we already have a lot of labs so that we have established for everything, and we are increasing that. That is the first thing. The second thing is camera manufacturing is also a challenge. So camera manufacturing, the PCBA part can be done anywhere. I can give to the EMS, I can do it. But the final part is when I'm putting the lens on the camera, when I'm aligning those. So there is a sensor and the lenses here. And even if there is a mild degree in any of the axes, the image is one. And if I'm going to ship 10,000 pieces, all of them should be aligned perfectly. Because an algorithm working somewhere above it is using that. Okay? So producing this with that precision and testing it is all a big challenge. So we are investing in tools and we are building our own automation and in the manufacturing side with that. And obviously we're also expanding on our business where we are setting up offices in the US, which is a major market. So we are expanding our design space.
So how do you see this fashion industry playing out in the next 5 years, especially in India, with respect to
See, what I'm seeing is this is like a big it's like a 10,000 wala which is set on fire. This is going to blast and it's going to expand like anything. Because once people understood that I can capture camera images, and I can process it on the edge. People are coming out with use case after use case. So what has changed in the last 5 years is that there are good cameras, but that's very good processing. And because of that, a lot of algorithms are getting up. So use cases are coming up everywhere, and the government is investing as well. Actually, like India's case, you say, you can see most of the traffic and the law enforcement, a lot of cameras are appearing on the street. Cameras are appearing up on wheels, right? So they will take that and get process it. Government is also supporting in India, and a lot of individual players are also taking in using vision. In industry we get automated and vision will play vital. All the EV electric vehicles and new-age vehicles will have more cameras than likewise all the areas where there is mass warrior cameras are going to air.
So what role does AI play here, and what are you doing with it? So because
The camera, in 2007 when we started, cameras means we capture the image and video and we stop. That's the 1 year process, and you have done this for so many customers. Nobody will process it. Then they started processing small processing, like identifying barcode. The smallest level of processing. Next came computer vision, face recognition. That started picking. Right? Now the next phase is AI. AI, I see, is an extended version of the computer vision. A computer vision is like a kid. Now AI is like a grown-up map, which has computer vision techniques, but we can also apply models and other principles. Now, AI will eventually come a lot into this number vision. But now, right now, the most important thing is how the data is collected, how the training is happening. Right? And there is a lot of focus on this data collection and training. And the other companies which are focusing on that. So this is happening on the inside. And the processors are becoming better and better so that you can process more. Then AI use cases can be split into two. One where you need accuracy, the other where you don't need accuracy. So it would so give a Facebook prompt on what a new model bike you should buy, right? It's very easy. Even if it's wrong. But it's not the case with a medical application where you're using AI. So the accuracy part, AI has a long way to catch up. So all this have to mature. But we're seeing the speed going very fast now than in the budget. So what we're expecting is in the next 3 to 4 years, there will be more and more AI applications. We call them as new age applications. We are seeing more and more. But if you take econ, what we are doing is, we are working on two fronts. One is we are enabling the camera hardware to have that processing inbuilt. So what we are trying to see is, how can I come with, we might have seen our small box cameras, USB cameras, how to come up with the same form factor, but have AI inside. It will do a limited AI. And it will just detect it. For example, likewise, I make a bigger box which is more powerful AI. How to create a camera which does AI, it's inside by itself. So that's the way we are thinking. And we are growing on hardware periods. In the meanwhile, if I'm bringing things like that, obviously we're also investing as a company in R&D, like we did TVC Stack. There are a lot of projects which are going internally where we are playing around with AI models, and we are bringing up use cases, we are bringing up stacks. So for us, vision is not camera. Vision is a combination. It's a hardware, it's as well as the software stack. Together it has to give a meaning for all. So that is when we are up.
I remember from our last discussion, you mentioned that you are into this shopping industry, retail industry, where people, where Amazon outlets, they just count the number of products they have picked up, and it's all automated. So you are into that.
We are.
Is that where AI comes from?
That is one of the areas where AI is limited. And recently, when I went to US, I saw in stadiums, right? For stadiums, there is a small break in the game. Like you need to go and buy a hamburger and a Coke. Right? That stall has only like 3 or 4 items. But there has to be someone who's swiping and all that. Now they have enabled with cameras. You go pick your burger and a Coke, it automatically reads. Actually, these use cases have started coming in the US. There are stadiums which are equipped with such cameras. And we are seeing more and more such applications in retail. All the big players in retail are investing in this automation technology. See, this is one area. We are seeing the same in warehouses, warehouse automation. More and more online shopping is picking up. You need to automate that. And I see all those AMRs using And in agriculture, it's picking big time too. Right? So what happened is, and then in agriculture, it is also coming faster. So what they're doing is, you're having cameras on a tractor, up to 32, 64 cameras, where the tractor goes on the field, the camera would see the weeds, and spray the weed is only on that. Right? So these kind of applications are already in deployed in many places. So that AI is in play. And again, if you see the accuracy, it's not too high again.
Yeah.
If I spray, it's okay.
Yeah.
I can 1 or 2 plants and 100 weeds, it's okay. Right? So those areas, it's fine. And adoption is faster rather than in ADAS, when I'm going to put it on the road and people are involved and all.
Yes.
AMR, again, and controlled environment, things are fine, right? So these are applications where computer vision was used initially, how AI is also used in addition.
So when it comes to the active component, the chip, the processor, when we incorporate AI, the compute level has to be high, right? So you're sourcing your chips from outside. So do you and your chips growing smaller and smaller in size every day? We have now AI chipsets. We have different NVIDIA has come up with AI GPUs and stuff. So with the advancement of AI and the importance of AI, the depth of AI, do we see the chip design changing? Is changing? Like the entire, the Moore's law just
Has different kind of law as to them, but it will keep changing. Now, if you see, initially there were a lot of general purpose chipsets, like microprocessors are all general purpose.
Yes.
Then you said these are network processors. And because at that time the telecom domain was picking up and there were a lot of routers and things designed. So people started making network processors, maybe ARM core or some core there or physical, but around that they built a network chip. And then they started building chips for mobile, which had all the GSM and everything in there to it. Right? So what I'm seeing is there will be general purpose AI chips like NVIDIA, like Qualcomm, which will do so many things and they will do so many AI, they can run so many AI models. There will also be application specific chips, which will be very good like face recognition chip, I don't know. And a very good weed detection or an agriculture is pretty dominant, right? So there could be smaller chips. So they will consume lesser power. They will do exactly what they're supposed to do, but they will run a model of inside. These kind of things will also come. So what I'm saying is, there will be general purpose AI chips, there will be application specific AI chips, and I already think there are a lot of small companies and startups which they are breaking their head and making such chips.
Yeah, but
Which is interesting. I'm waiting to connect cameras to that and see. It's a whole lot of solutions.
well, it's fun. We don't have
No, what we are into is we want the chipset makers to make such chips. We want the sensor guys to make the sensors, and we want to combine and want to make solutions. So that's a very good app. Right? So right now we are experimenting with a lot of these chipsets. So like I'm doing on NVIDIA, I'll be doing on smaller chipsets. We are experimenting on chip because for me, if a customer comes to me and asks, I want an AI camera which does only specifically this, they want it in $75. I should somehow serve it. I should figure out how to do it. Right? If there is a market for I need to figure, I cannot just $1,500. So we need to find the right combinations, right solutions for customers at the right price point. And the development in the chip area and the development in the Samba area will enable is what are actually is more than happy to work in it. What we are seeing is even today there are a number of small companies which are ready to invest in make-up products immediately. That is still more in the US. And the last 4 or 5 years, India is in, but yeah, much better than how 20 years back when we started as a company. Right? There are no company making big products. Now there are even startups, a lot of startups, hardware startups are getting funded in India. What if you take the ones up with that, the number of companies. So if I take it in US, I can go to a city and I can find 100 or 150 startups making in Nagar itself in the city, and they are doing various kind of activities in work. So obviously the market is bigger. But here also we are working with customers. We are seeing how to bring that into play, right? So we are seeing, for me, what I want is, I want Indian companies, not only the big companies, a lot of startups who are coming with like like path-breaking products. And you asked me a very interesting, very important question. The security cameras, right? Imagine a hardware startup in India, which makes security caps indigenously. They afford things, right? Indigenously they are making, and they are adding the best algorithms for detection under Indian conditions. And they are launching a really cool looking camera. But I would love the patronizing with what our knowledge we have with them, and we are searching for companies like that. There are companies which are right, but they have to come out and it has to happen in case. Or if you see a very cool camera, I want to see an Indian brand there. It has to be fully designed and developed. Exactly. If they're not doing that, if their software is written in some other place, they would have used some other camera for it. I cannot say.
Yeah. When you just mentioned that the sensor is required for it. So when it comes to components, when you're sourcing a lot of components from outside, what is the market in India? We are very well aware that there are very few active components are nil being developed. But when it comes to passive component market is still growing, emerging, and everything. How does it compare to what is outside and what is here?
Say it is growing. This growing, we cannot be satisfied with this growth. And I see there's a lot of. It's very good to hear the things from the market and from the government recent days. Like a lot of week in India, I think, right? So with this, we expect the things to grow even further. And while we make and manufacture in India, if we design and develop in India as well, create IP as well in India, it will become a deadly conflict. So in future, we will have the local players and develop the IP, the products. They can manufacture locally and sell globally. Once the already stay like that, that is really controlled by us. Thus, we'll have the full IP here. Yes. Yeah. So that would be a big addition. And I think a lot of manufacturing will trigger that. Yeah. Now, once you start manufacturing, once you set up, you have to keep manufacturing something. Right? So automatically, you try to work on the cost and other things. And I think a lot of players will start making the IP here and make products here. So I think we're in a good phase. But we have to keep the momentum. I guess find our backs, but we have to keep going.
What would your advice be as a player who has seen success and success because your talk was also about how a design startup became a manufacturing company, established in. So what would your advice be to these startups who are currently designing in India? And not specifically with respect to cameras or any electronics design stuff. What would your advice be to them to grow and become a manufacturing established company which makes their own?
For me, the thing is very simple. All they need to focus is to make an IP, a USP that they can sell. Trick thought here is, what is that IP that we are going to make and whom are you going to describe? Same thing, right? If they know that and if they make that IP, there will be a line of customers, a queue of customers will be ready to buy from you, right? Because you have that IP, it's not easily available outside. One of the reasons why we were able to sell cameras was not because they were cheap or cost effective, because we had the best quality and it was very tough to find another one like that, right? So they found it unique. Once you have a USP, you have a queue of customers who want to buy something. And once that happens, money will come in. You can establish the supply chain. You can work on your production. You can build your production line. Everything is available here. But you need money and you need the confidence that the business will come. How that will come is the core of all that is you need to make an IP, make a unique selling proposition in your products. That is attract customers. Now bring in them. Nothing that happens. Rest of it is discipline, hard work, which all of us have a lot. Which we can put in, we can make it work. Right? But that part is things. That's what I tell any hardware startup. I ask them this first question. What is your IP? What is the USP?
And what has been your experience talking to these startups?
So electronics expo has been a very busy day now. Because I got to meet a lot of people whom I would have been connected but not met. So this was a good opportunity. And I met some of my old colleagues and my old bosses and gurus as well. Got to shake hands with him, which was wonderful. Listening to the show, I mean, seeing this much electronics around itself is actually a very exhilarating experience. This is a very, very pleasant day for me. And what I would like to say, basically the future has been the whole embedded vision. And the whole market is, like I said, is going to go big. There's a lot of opportunity for a lot of people here. So we have to work towards that. And as a country, and as electronic engineers, I think we all should build a lot of IT. Not only in the vision and areas, but in any area, you have to build a lot of IT.
When it comes to embedded vision, what would you like to see in this industry? What all technologies or startups would you like to see being made here in India?
See, what I would say is, what I would like is more companies which use some kind of an AI algorithm or a computer vision algorithm to solve specific problems in markets. Because I understand there are companies which understand the whole AMR market or retail market or any market they know. So, you know the problems there very well. They have to try and apply and solve it through vision. So if there are companies which are doing that, it will be great. And there are a lot of things which we can build on our own. All the automation for India, I think Indian companies can try and build. Because our systems are a bit different. Even our retail store is very different from Walmart in the US. Right? So our automation, and we have a lot of power. So we have to use automation to help our people. So I want the Indian companies to focus on automation for India. I want them to be successful. So that will actually enable us sell more cameras in India as well and do business with more Indian customers.